Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Lenny and I are here with you today. Scooby's here and Sadie's here somewhere. We are doing yet another packing video, and this trip is going to be, I can honestly say, different than any trip that I've ever packed for with you guys, because it is going to be 7 people. We are going to Puerto Rico to celebrate Scott's 60th birthday. We are all so excited about the trip. Some kids are coming in from Denver. My son and his partner are driving in from Athens. I have some anxiety around it, not to mention all of the chaos that's going on in the world. If you're not in the US, you may not know we're still under a partial government shutdown. So our TSA agents are actually not being paid right now. So lines at the security checkpoints have been ridiculous. There's a lot that could go wrong. So I'm going to tell you about the trip, who the players are, the circumstances of the trip, why I'm taking the things that I'm taking. Oh, there goes Scooby, right on top of all my stuff. And then I'll get into the actual packing itself. And yeah, I'm really glad you're here as things are falling down on me. Scott and I have 3 sons that are all grown, all in their late 20s. 2 of those 3 sons have significant others that are coming on the trip with us. My son Will, his partner Mike is coming, and then my son Matt, his fiance Rin is coming. We've never done a big family trip like this with significant others and the whole thing. And when I tell you, it came together in literally an afternoon. I was chatting with Scott about, hey, what do you want to do for your big birthday? This is significant. What do you want this to look like? Scooby, can you lay down? There you go. Can you just settle? You want to settle? Can you settle? Oh, that's a good boy. That's a good boy. And everybody miraculously was like, let me get out of the shot. Was like, yes, we will take the time off. We would love to be there. We're so excited. I mean, of course we are paying for everything, because that is the trick with adult kids. You get them to come if you pay for stuff. I could not have possibly have known that our country was going to be in a war when we planned this trip. Not that that really would affect our travel, but it's just like something that's hanging over all of our heads. So first of all, I want to say, if you are a service member and you are serving our country right now, thank you for your service. I don't agree with this war. I think it is a travesty, and I'm not exactly sure what we're doing. But life goes on, and we continue to find pockets of joy wherever we can. And so that's what we're doing. We are staying, and this does affect what I packed and how I packed, in an Airbnb. And rather than a resort, because I don't know if you've priced out resorts for 7 people, but it just would have been super, where is his face? There you go. Cost prohibitive to do that. But and the Airbnb was a fair amount anyway. We're right on the ocean. When we get back, I'll show you guys some pictures. I'm not vlogging the trip. So there's a few things that affect like why I'm able to pack so little for this trip and why I have to do carry-on. I'm doing carry-on, we all are, because we're only getting 2 rental cars, which should be plenty for 7 people. But if everyone had a ton of luggage, that wouldn't work. It wouldn't work for getting to the airport, and it wouldn't work for once we're in Puerto Rico, because we're picking up the rental cars in San Juan. So that's like a whole thing. So everyone knows it's carry-on only. It's only a 5-night trip, so really carry-on is not that big of a deal. The other reason why carry-on shouldn't be hard to do is we're not doing any formal stuff, and the weather's going to be really warm and steamy while we're there. So it's going to be sundresses, shorts, bathing suits, sandals. That's it. And the Airbnb has a washer and dryer. So should we need more clothes than we brought, anybody that wants to could do laundry. Not that I want to be doing laundry on vacation, but I'll be excited when I get back and I can actually show you guys the house. Everyone has their own bedroom and their own bathroom, and I'm like beyond excited. I have anxiety about the logistical part of it, but honestly, I've talked about this before. When do I not have anxiety about the logistical part of a vacation? Never. I always have anxiety. There's a few things I'm doing with toiletries and things. A few of you in particular are going to be so happy with what I show you. And yeah, let's just get right into what I'm taking and why. Oh, Mama loves you so much. You're a good baby. Oh, with his little gray muzzle. Oh, I love you. Just a good boy. Yes, I love you too, Lenny. Lenny can never not be part of this. Okay. So I have on the bed with Scooby everything that I'm taking. Let's go over the clothes that I'm taking first. It's really very minimal, and that's okay with me. Like, I feel like this kind of trip that's just super chill and relaxed, I've been kind of longing to do for a while. So let me show you what I'm taking for clothes. Okay, if you've watched any of my packing videos, you know this is my process. I always start with my clothing rack, and this one is from the Container Store. I'll link it below. I'm telling you, it just makes a huge difference because several weeks before the trip, I pull this out, I start putting everything on the rack that I think I'm probably going to take with me on the trip, and then over time, I can kind of give it a think as weather becomes more evident. We're looking at the forecast, which should be pretty set in stone by now. Mid 80s during the day, 70s, low 70s, maybe as cold as mid 60s in the evenings. So basically warm weather. So I shouldn't need a lot of layers. I am taking one light jacket. Let's start with what I'm wearing on the airplane because this is a little different than what I normally do. When we get to San Juan Airport, it is going to be very warm, and we have a couple hours before we can get into the Airbnb. So we'll probably go to lunch. I don't know, we might even go to a beach. We might go for a walk or something fun. So I want to be wearing something on the plane that I can easily like transform to beach weather once we land in San Juan. By the way, I didn't even say, this will be the first time in San Juan for 2 of my 3 sons, but both Scott, myself, my other son, I don't think Mike's ever been to Puerto Rico. None of them have ever been, and those of us that have been absolutely love it. Puerto Rico is one of my favorite spots. I've been a couple of times. I've never been for a trip this long before though, and I'm really looking forward to that. But it is hot and steamy. It is what they do. It's Puerto Rico, y'all. So I'm wearing the blue Athleta dress. Love this dress. It's very comfortable. It looks super cute, looks super put together. And I'm gonna wear it on the plane with my little Tommy Bahama linen jacket. I'm also gonna bring on the plane, and I'm gonna tuck this into my carry-on bag, my zip-up sweatshirt. And I'm not gonna wear this. I might wear this to the airport, but I'll just have it in case it's chilly on the plane. The other thing I'm gonna do, this dress is really long. It comes down to like mid-calf on me. I'm gonna wear leggings underneath it, like capri leggings, because my legs can get really cold on the airplane. It's about a 3.5-hour flight, so it's not really that big of a deal. But yeah, I think this will be really comfortable. And then when we get to San Juan and we grab rental cars and all that, I can change. I'll take the leggings off. I'll have this dress, and I'll have my running jogging shoes on. So I think that will work really, really well for the flight itself. And I love that our seats are all together. Like, I keep going on to Delta and looking at all of our seats together. Makes me so happy. This is the dream, right? Like, you have these little babies and you dream that someday they'll grow up and they'll actually want to go on big trips with you. And this is, as I said before, this is the first time we've done it. So it's significant for me, and I'm super, super excited. I can't wait. Okay, next up, let's go with the bottoms I'm taking. I'm taking the Frank and Eileen navy blue shorts. These are, I think they're called the Waterford shorts in the 7.5 length. And then these new shorts I got from Title IX. These are also, I think they're 7-inch on the inseam. I love both of these shorts. I'm taking this pair of like gauzy pants. This set is from Packed and unfortunately is no longer available. But check Packed out. They have a whole bunch of other options that you might like. But this is a cute outfit to wear. I can wear these pants over my bathing suit. I like that it's sleeveless. I love the color. So that set is going. And then I'm taking 4 tops. This is from Title IX. I showed this in my last video. This little navy blue t-shirt from J. Jill. This little really light linen top, which is from Cosmic Blue Love from approximately maybe as much as 10 years ago. So I doubt it's still available, but I love this top in hot weather. And then this white ribbed t-shirt. And then let's get to the dresses, because I am taking a lot of dresses on this trip. Dresses just scream, island life for me. For me, not short dresses though, longer dresses, because it will be very windy. That is part of the fact that Puerto Rico is an island. You're going to get wind. This dress is from Evereve, basically the same shape as my Athleta dress, but it's a little bit elevated, I would say, from that one. Super soft cotton. I love this dress. And then these two dresses are new. They are both from Bowden. Huge thanks to my sister who gave me a gift card for Christmas. And I got this really cute green dress. It's just a cotton jersey. Again, pretty long, super comfortable. I wore this to brunch with my girlfriends the other day. And then this one is just a little teeny tiny bit more dressy. I wouldn't say dressy. It's a little more put together maybe. It has a really pretty neckline, elastic around the waist, and it's like a really gorgeous gauze material. These are both so well made. They recently opened a Bowden physical store. It's the only one in the US and it's right by my house. So I was really happy to pick those up there. So yeah, those are the three dresses that I'm taking. And then I'm taking my Frank and Eileen linen top. Y'all know how I feel about this. A little top thrown over your shoulders, really protects from the sun. And this really long, beautiful scarf. I do not know where I got this, but it's big enough that, what is that called? An ICAT print, ECAT or ICAT. I love this, and it's big enough that I can wear it around my waist when we're out, you know, getting sun or at the beach or whatever, and also will work really well as a scarf if I want to in the evening. Okay, let's go over to the bed, and I'll show you what we have over here. And I'll show you what some of you are going to be really excited about, because I'm following the rules and I don't normally follow the rules, as we are. Don't worry, I'll get into more of this stuff in just a minute. But look, you guys, I separated out my liquids. I know, I never separate out my liquids. Here's the thing though. So even though I have TSA PreCheck, I actually have the digital security. So that should not be an issue. Coming back from Puerto Rico, they do have TSA PreCheck. However, with all the craziness with the partial government shutdown, TSA lines have been very, very long and everything's been a little crazy. Like sometimes PreCheck is down, sometimes it's not. Some of the scanners might be closed. So this time, under the circumstances, I'm not going to take any chances, and I did separate out my liquids. So all of you are always saying to me whenever you watch one of my packing videos, how come you didn't separate out your liquids? Aren't you going to get in trouble? No, I won't. And I probably could have gotten away without doing it this time, but because lines are already going to be so long, I just don't know what's going to happen. So to err on the side of caution, I did this. But yes, by and large, anymore, all the major airports in the US, most of the major airports in Europe, they have new scanners that do not require you to take your liquids out. You are still supposed to follow the 3-1-1 rule. So I do still make sure my liquids are all under 3.4 ounces, that they can fit in a 1 quart bag if needed. This one's a little bigger than 1 quart, but I'm not going to Heathrow and I've never been hassled with this bag. And I always make sure I'm prepared for that, but I have been for the last several years spreading my liquids out all throughout my bags and not had any issues. But for this trip, under the circumstances, I don't want to borrow any trouble, so I separated out my liquids. Ha! All right, some of you are like, finally, the girl is following the rules. I also went with all of my Aloha collection bags this time. I, as we are aware, have like a packing cube, packing accessory opportunity. I love having everything match. If I'm doing packing cubes, I'm usually doing them that coordinate. And because it's a beach trip, because we're staying in a house that's right on the ocean, I went with all my Aloha collection bags. Aloha Collection is a female Hawaiian-owned small brand. I absolutely love them. I don't think I even have an affiliate link for them, but y'all, I give them as gifts. I love their stuff. So this packing cube has socks, pajamas, and underwear. And this one has all of my other stuff that's not liquid. So it has like my medication, my makeup that's not a liquid, all of those kinds of things. My deodorant is in here. I will say, not taking a lot of makeup, like at all, because it's an island trip, right? I intend to be wearing sunscreen and maybe a little bit of mascara and maybe a tiny bit of color, but nothing big with the makeup because I'm with my family and they love me and I can't wait. I will say we are going to stop at the grocery store as soon as we get there, and we will be buying full-size lotion and full-size sunscreen. The Airbnb does not have shampoo, so I've packed a few of the those of you that watch my Vlogmas, my L'Occitane from a couple years ago had a bunch of shampoos and conditioners, so I'm not sure if the kids will all have enough, so I've actually brought some extras of those, and we can always get more at the grocery store. But obviously when you're staying at an Airbnb and not a hotel, things are a little different, but there's actually like a small grocery store, like a bodega sized grocery store right near the Airbnb. And then there's a larger, like a public sized grocery store about 15 minutes away. So we'll be able to get everything we need. And don't forget, I mean, I know you know that Puerto Rico is in America. They have everything that we have. Well, somewhat limited because they are an island, but the same brands. And at the grocery store, they'll have all of the same toiletries and all of that sort of thing. So anything that I have not brought, we can easily get when we get there. I'm also bringing 2 bags. This one is going to be my smaller day bag. Again, this is from Aloha Collection. I love that it's water resistant because we're going to be going to the beach a lot, which I'm super excited about. And speaking of the beach, I'm also packing these little things. I'll see if I can find a link for these for you guys. The boys are planning on doing some surfing, some snorkeling, lots of water sports going on. So I have 2 of these. Well, here's one. I don't know where the other one went. It's somewhere on this bed.
I'm really glad you're here as things are falling down on me.
They are waterproof bags, and so we can put cell phones and keys and all those things in here for anybody that is going in the ocean and is worried about security for their stuff. Oh, I know what I wanted to show you. Okay, this bag was a splurge, but I saw this not this season, but I think it came out last year, and I wanted it last year, and it's this Brooklyn, I think this is the size 38 from Coach in straw. I love this bag, y'all. It was a splurge. I looked at it and looked at it and looked at it. Now, the reason I wanted it, and I haven't even really talked about this yet, but this trip is the first of 3 pretty big trips I have coming up. I have this trip, then I'm taking my first ever celebrity cruise, and then I have a Disney cruise coming up. And this bag, look at that, folds flat. So that's why I wanted it, because I know I will use it a ton this spring and summer. But I love the way it just drapes, and let me put stuff in it so you can see. Obviously, this is not what I would be carrying in this bag, but let's pretend. It holds a ton. I can take it to the beach. It's safe in the sand. I don't have to worry. I can stuff it. Look at that. I can stuff it totally full, and it reads like a really fun beach bag, but also I think it will be really cute. Well, I know it will because I've already used it once with all the dresses that I'm bringing. So that will be really, really fun. So I'm excited about this bag. And then I'm also taking my big beach bag because I'm going to be with my boys, and even though they're grown-ups, Mama still has to carry the big beach bag. This is also from Aloha Collection. This is their largest size, and I love it because it zips up like that. So you can either fold this part down, and it's a little lower profile. I toyed with the idea of just using this as my personal item bag, but ultimately decided to just pack it because it packs flat. Pretty uncharacteristic for me. Sorry, Sadie, didn't mean to disturb. This is the other dog. Hi, Miss Sadie. Yeah, just your baby girl. I'm taking just my Le Pliage from Longchamp as my personal item bag. I don't know why. The To Me bag was just feeling a little bit too big for this trip. I wanted something super easy. I wanted something that I could, you know, if we run to the store or whatever, that I could use as a shopping tote. And so this is what I decided to take. If you've never owned one of these, they last forever and never and never. And not only that, but if they ever get like a hole in them, Longchamp will either repair or replace them. For the price point, I think it's like the best bag I've ever had. You can either fold them to travel or you can lay them flat. I'm going to take this on as my personal item bag. So I'll just start packing this up while I'm talking to you. What I'm going to put in there is this bag. It doesn't have my wallet in there yet, but it will. And this bag also contains my charging cable, a brick, this little baby from 12 South that opens up and it has 2 MagSafe chargers. This one can either be used for your Apple Watch if you have one, which I do not, or it will also work for your AirPods, which remind me I have to stick my AirPods in here. Those are in here, as well as my sunglasses and my cheaters. I'm bringing my contacts and my regular glasses, the whole glasses situation. When I'm doing like water sports and things like that, especially if we're doing snorkeling, I'm going to want to wear my contacts. So I have those, and then I have regular sunglasses, and I have my prescription sunglasses. So kind of my starter set of those is in here, as well as my charging cables. And then I also have another charging cable here. Again, if a charging cable like unexpectedly doesn't work or for whatever reason, we're fine. And then also in here will go my my wallet with my ID and probably like a lipstick or whatever. So that's going in there in my personal item. I'm putting my liquids in my personal item. I'm putting this other thing because it does have my medication in here. And don't forget, there's always a chance, although in my case, it's a very slim chance, that they will gate check your bag if they run out of room on the aircraft. Because of my status with the airline, we'll be in one of the first groups to board. And we also have Comfort Plus, so we have like designated luggage space. But if we get stuck in that TSA line, which I don't know if y'all are seeing the news, but some of these reports, like we're allowing 2.5 hours, which for us is an absurd amount of time, we could be still rushing to our flight. So I want to make sure I have the bag with my medication. In case they have to gate check my bag, you don't want to have your medication apart from you. I'm also going to stick in here my vitamins. These wipes from Beekman 1802, they are multi-purpose. They're great to have on the road. They smell amazing. I love them to use at the end of the day. If you're hot at the beach, they're great for that. And then I'm also going to stick my toothbrush in there. It's actually not in there right now. It's a, you know, what do you call that? Electric toothbrush. So I'm going to stick that in there as well. And that's everything that will go in my personal item bag. So yeah. That's all packed and ready to go. Let's get into everything else. Let's talk about shoes really quick. Here are the shoes that I'm taking. These right here are like water shoes. They still have sand like embedded in them from my last beach trip. I can't get that out. Trust me, I tried. My UFOs flip-flops, my Taos sandals, and then my regular like walking running shoes, and I will wear those on the plane. I have my shoe bags here because I'll separate the shoes out into the shoe bags. Already showed you my socks, underwear, and bras bag. Over here, I have this little throw-on dress that is so perfect for the beach. I've showed this to you a million times. It's no longer available, but it's just a fun throw-on dress. These black beach pants that I love, they have dog hair on them because of course they do, but I love these. My rain jacket. This is my super lightweight REI rain jacket. There are parts of Puerto Rico, are they officially a rainforest? I think they are officially a rainforest. That can be very rainy, and we do expect a little bit of rain every day. So this is my it's not heavy duty. It's like super, like I won't get hot in it, but it works really, really well. And it even has like a place to, like when you put the hood on, so you can be totally protected from the elements. So that's going. I'm taking a couple of sun hats because cannot be, you know, cannot have enough sun hats. This one I love. It's from Kiowa Island. And then this little floppy sun hat. This is from Wallaroo Hat Company. I've washed it and dried it a million times. It goes with me everywhere and I love it. And it really protects not only my face, but also my neck from the sun. My swimsuits are in here. I've packed 2 swimsuits and an additional bottom that will go with both of the tops. I have some just regular workout gear, my bike shorts and 2 tops if we decide we want to do like early morning walks on the beach. Pajamas I already talked about. I showed you my beach bag. I showed you my new Coach bag, which I love so much and I can't wait to use. And this is the suitcase we're using. This is my Away bigger carry-on. I love this suitcase so very much. This version, I've owned several versions of these now. My kids all own them. It's truly the best bag. And I want to talk about that for a minute. So there are so many dupes now of this particular bag, of the Away Bigger Carry-On. Quince makes one. There's a whole bunch of copycat brands out there. The warranty, the quality, the customer service, I still stand by Away Travel. I get reached out to by Suitcase brands all the time. And I always say no because I don't want to switch up my bags. I do have one Travel Pro bag that I've reviewed on the channel that I do really love. And sometimes I'll use if I'm checking a bag, but if I'm doing carry-on only, this Away Travel Bigger Carry-On is always the one I'm going for. Now this one is in the really, really cute blue and white striped, and see it's got the blue and white stripe. This was a limited edition. They do come out with limited edition ones every once in a while. I absolutely love it. And it doesn't get scuffed up or anything. And yeah, it's my favorite. So that's the suitcase that we're taking. So let's get our stuff together, get ready for a fun little montage, and let's pack everything in the suitcase. This is so fun. I don't know if it showed up in the video, but I actually layered my dresses first and I alternated, putting the top of the dress here and the bottom there and then the other way around. Then I laid the other clothes inside and then I actually folded the tops of the dresses around the clothes. The reason, this is such a weird angle, but the reason your clothes wrinkle is because they move around. So you want to have things packed as carefully as possible amongst themselves and without creases, and folding the dresses that way keeps them from getting nearly as many creases. Now, we will have an iron and a steamer and all of that, and it's a super humid place, so I'm not super worried about wrinkles, but it is actually a really efficient way if you're taking a lot of skirts or a lot of dresses. Also, I wanted to show you, I'm gonna put this on the top of that just to kind of protect everything, and it looks really pretty, and then we'll cinch that back down. I also wanted to say, for those of you that get a little weirded out about that I don't always put my shoes in shoe bags, you probably did notice I did put my sandals along the outside of the bag. For the most part, everything over here except for these black pants is in a packing cube. So I'm not worried about the shoes. I also have the soles of the shoes away from the rest of the clothes. And then the other shoes are all in packing cubes. So for the most part, clothes are on this side and everything else with the exception of these. And I actually could put those, you know, I think I will do that. I will put these black beach pants in here. I will try to find as many of the items I'm taking as I can. A lot of these things will be the same things I'll take on the next couple of cruises, so get used to seeing them. But yeah, this is everything packed in there. I ended up not using this packing cube, which kind of pains me because it matches, but that's okay. She can stay home this time. She can come on our next trip. This is more than enough for our 5 nights, and I feel really good about everything that I'm taking. Sorry, I want to make sure you guys actually see me close the suitcase so you don't think that I'm just joshing with you, that you can't actually close it. One thing about the Away suitcases is someone asked me the other day if I had to choose, please notice my initials, what do I like the soft-sided Travel Pro that I got? I do. My fear with that is always that I'm going to overpack. And it will not fit in the overhead because it's a more soft-sided suitcase. And so that's the thing I don't love about soft-sided suitcases. But everything is in these 2 bags, my personal item and this, and that's all I'm going to take on our trip. This is so weird. I'm like kneeled down on the ground, but this is the only angle that would work. So I did want to show you that even though the Le Pliage does not have a trolley handle, the way that the weight is distributed, it sits on the top of my suitcase really well. So, and the handle is long enough, and this is a big deal. If a bag doesn't have a trolley sleeve, so you can put it over the trolley handle, if at least the straps are long enough that you can hold on to both of them, it kind of does the same thing. So that's what we're going to do for that. So I'm going to end the video here. So this is such a weird angle. I don't think I've ever finished a video like this, but be thinking of us. I am not going to film this trip, which is a very good thing for me. Obviously, I want to be able to focus on my kids. I want to focus on my kids' people. I want to focus on my husband. This is our first time traveling with both of the significant others that are involved. And so I really want it to be a comforting, warm, friendly, happy trip for them. They have so many things planned. We've had a family group chat going on, bioluminescent falls and rainforest hikes and surfing. I think there's some deep sea fishing going on. So definitely when I get back, I'll do a little weekly vlog and at the very least show you guys some still pictures. But yeah, we're super, super excited. So gonna get away, gonna be grateful for every moment that we have as we really fight hard to preserve our joy. So whatever you're doing today, I hope you're finding joy. Hang in there. If you haven't subscribed already, it would mean the world to me if you did. And I want to say thank you, as always, to my wonderful patrons, without whom this channel would not be possible. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!